Hello, my friends. Welcome to another episode of Deep True Crime. I'm Manny Rodriguez. Thank you for joining me. In today's episode, we have a very, very sad story. Another very sad story. Anytime domestic violence ends in murder, it's never a good thing. And in this story, this is the unthinkable. Things you would not imagine would happen. Videotape catches this man brutally beating his woman, his wife. And that is extremely sad. But here's the truth. We know this happens way too much. But could this have been prevented? Let's go ahead and dive into this story, why don't we? Keaira Bennefield, 40 years old, taken from this world way too soon. My heart and my condolences go out to the family, the Bennefield family. Tammy, her mom shared her story, and I should say her side of the family who are hurting from this. I don't know the whole family in general, but my heart goes out to this terrible, terrible incident that a family is heartbroken forever. Keaira was shot and killed by her estranged husband, Adam Bennefield, on a Buffalo, New York street on October 5th, 2022. And this here is Adam. And we're going to be diving into, could this have been prevented? But watching him in his arraignment, this guy showed no emotion. She was driving her 3 children, aged 5, 9, and 6 months, to school when Adam deliberately crashed into her car, then pulled out a shotgun and killed her. This is according to police. And, at the time, they didn't really have all answers, of course, right away. But according to the Buffalo News, at the time of her death, the mother of 3 was so scared of her estranged husband that she went out of the house the morning of her death wearing a bulletproof vest. On September 28th, Keaira posted the video of Adam assaulting her repeatedly, taken on cameras inside the home of where they were living inside their apartment. And she says, "This is what this man does to me, but I'm always treated like I'm the abuser." She wrote this in a social media post. And the video, which features 2 different angles of the attack, is just under 8 minutes long and shows her lying on the floor for several minutes after Adam is seen forcing her to the ground and punching her over and over. Adam can be seen punching her at least 28 times in the video and kicking her nearly a half a dozen times as she was lying on the ground following his punches. Keaira called the police after this incident, telling dispatch officials that Adam had punched her and that she was hurt. Upon arrival at the scene, police decided to arrest Adam for harassment. Keaira, she did not go to the hospital for her injuries. Adam was found by officers locked in a bathroom and was taken to the Erie County Medical Center to be evaluated. Now, an arrest warrant for the man was obtained after he was released, and police told Keaira to reach out to them if he came back. That's what the police told her to do. They thought they had a plan in place for her to stay at her mom's, which obviously he probably knows where she lives, and he was ordered to stay away, but obviously it didn't turn out that way. Later that evening, the woman posted the video to Facebook, to her Facebook page. And the Buffalo News reported that the day after the incident took place, a domestic violence advocate from the Cheektowaga Police Department reached out to Keaira, which is when she said that she had video of the assault. And so the advocate later spoke to law enforcement officials and told them the harassment charges Adam was facing was not enough. And after speaking with the domestic violence advocates, police contacted Keaira and told her to upload her video to the police system so they could examine it. On September 30th, Keaira posted a heartbreaking update on social media, telling family and friends that she was strong and smart enough to get myself out of that situation alive. She says, "Don't underestimate me. I am a Hudson. We were born strong, but I also know when to play weak, and it saved my life." Keaira wrote this in a Facebook post. She continues, "I was smart enough to get myself out of that situation alive." On October 2nd, Keaira called police telling them that she feared someone was in her home. When they responded to the home, they didn't find anyone, but they were able to watch the video that Keaira had posted to Facebook. It was at that time that officers from the Cheektowaga Police Department decided that Adam's charges should be bumped up to misdemeanors, including third-degree assault, fourth-degree criminal mischief, second-degree menacing, and second-degree unlawful imprisonment. Just one day later, Keaira went to the police station to sign papers related to the charges, and on October 4th, Adam was finally arrested and taken to court. Now, a judge at that time issued Keaira an order of protection and released Adam with no bail. Now, despite having been hit with several charges, the misdemeanors were still not enough to hold him under the legislature. Erie County District Attorney John J. Flynn said in a meeting after the fact that there was zero evidence for anything higher than the misdemeanor charges he was already facing. And that is because they didn't see this video at the time. If you tuned in hopes to watch the video, I'm sorry to disappoint you. It's a chilling video. Yes, I did watch it. I couldn't watch it more than once. I do remember kind of briefly watching it back when this first started. It's chilling. You can see him wailing on her. It's friggin' chilling. And I hope he pays for that, because that video says he brutally beat his wife. This young mother of 3. And so the attorney, Mr. Flynn, the district attorney, John J. Flynn, he said the charges were correctly charged. The judge had no choice but to release this person. Flynn would share that. And the very next day, the woman who had been staying with her mother was driving her kids to school when Adam rammed his own vehicle into hers, ambushing and gunning her down with a shotgun in the street. Worse yet, all 3 of her children, including the 6-month-old baby she shared with Adam, were in the back seat at the time. And investigators found her in a bulletproof vest at the scene. On October 12th, police officers were finally able to locate Adam after being on the run, thanks to a tip from the public. The man was found and arrested near the intersection of Basel and Walden Avenues And this is according to police. And to make matters worse, Adam had been previously charged for kidnapping an ex-girlfriend and another woman and had once escaped from the Erie County Correctional Facility. On October 21st, the man pleaded not guilty to Keaira's murder, as well as other charges in this case. The allegations contained in this indictment are horrifying, Assistant District Attorney Ryan Haggerty said during Adams' plea hearing, and he shares, they are the stuff of nightmares. He remains in custody and has been ordered by the state Supreme Court Justice M. William Bowler to be held without bail. Adam was let go thanks to New York's no cash bail laws that allow suspected criminals to walk free without having to pay in most misdemeanors and non-violent offenses. And when I say let go, I'm referring to when they let him go after that first incident where he would later kill her. So he's in jail now, but when I say they let him go, that was because they let him go not needing any cash bail. And so we're going to dive into that as well a little deeper. And so according to the Brennan Center for Justice, the law was passed by Democrats in the state and was aimed to reduce the risk that someone would be jailed because they could not afford to pay for release. The law, which was passed in 2019, also is in place to reduce the unnecessary use of incarceration, which can have a profound disruptive effect on people's lives. Let's be real. This had a profound disruptive effect on this person's life. She was brutally killed. Now, granted, they didn't have the video at this time. And then they just say, if he comes in contact with you, let us know. What good is that supposed to do? And so that's where this is so heartbreaking. Keaira's murder happened in New York. Governor Kathy Hochul's, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I should have checked, but it is what it is. This happened in her hometown of Buffalo. Hochul has repeatedly stated that she has no plans to repeal the law, even as incidents like Keaira's death pop up all over the state. Her mother, Tammy Hudson, says Governor Hochul is just as responsible for the killing because of her support for the state's no cash bail law, which allowed the abusive husband to be on the streets despite a previous conviction for kidnapping an ex. Great point, Tammy. Miss Hudson told the New York Post that Kathy Hochul, the state's governor, she should be charged for the crime. She's also responsible for the crime. Hochul, she is an advocate of the controversial no cash bail law, which barred judges from setting bail for defendants charged with minor crimes in a bid to close racial and wealth disparities in the legal system. And as someone from New York, I left New York when I was in 1993 to go to college. And before that, I felt like New York City was a bad place. That's why I wanted to get out of there. And it seemed after I left, it looked like they were cleaning up New York. I actually started saying, wow, ever since I left, they cleaned it up. But let me tell you, since they have did this cash reform, no cash reform bail or something like that, and I follow New York Post all the time to see if there's any top news that I might want to share on my true crime channel, right? Let me tell you, It's a scary city right now. It's scary to be in the subway right now. People are doing some of their most heinous acts and then back out on the streets that same day. And when you have crime blowing up because of this, how could you not rethink this cash, no cash reform thing? That kind of blows my mind. And it's hard. This is why I do not trust politics. I don't care. I know this guy said something about Democrats. I don't care about Democrats. I don't care about Republicans. I don't give a whatever about those. What I do care is that are you doing what's best for the city? Are you doing what's best for the individuals? Are you doing what's best for humankind and not your own pockets or your own agenda? I'll never trust the government. I'll never trust politics in general. It's just not me. Granted, that's also a sign of human beings, right? But New York has been a scary city since, seeing a huge crime wave. And the governor, she has admitted the legislation needs amending, but is waiting until January to do so. And Miss Hudson, the mom, she said that the governor failed me. She says, she failed me. She let me down and my daughter down, and she needs to make a change with the bail reform. Rest in peace to this young mother of three, taken from this world way too soon. My friends, that's the whole purpose of this channel, is to keep you updated on what could go wrong in this crazy world we live in. And we only wait to see what more will come out of this. Will we learn more? Will we find out more? Will this go to trial? If that's the type of content you like to follow, please hit that subscribe button and click on that like. That way that tells YouTube you got some value. Show it to more people. My friends, I'm Manny Rodriguez. Thank you for joining me today. I look forward to being a voice for victims in the near future. Thank you for joining me. Be safe out there, my friends. Peace.